Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JayLeesCorner. And Nene got people messed up, okay? Because I watched, honey, this interview. I took my time, and I had to watch it twice. I had to watch it the first time just because I was like, do I want to review it? And then the second time, I had to watch it to take some notes. To be sure to let y'all know what she said, what Karla said, and what I feel about what was said and what not. Now, this is only part one of the interview. It's going to be a second part that comes out next week, okay? But we are here to have a conversation because Nene was right here talking about all these people, okay? Nene was right here discussing all these people right here, plus some other people and whatnot, little bit. But a conversation will be had nonetheless, okay? And y'all know a couple things. First things first, if you have not done so already, take a little moment, okay? And subscribe to my channel to become a whole JayBird, and, okay? Y'all know to do a couple things, so please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment in the comment section because it's a conversation between all of us. Okay, we don't know how long it's gonna be because I don't know how much I'm gonna talk. Okay, but the interview itself was about almost an hour and a half of him and me talking, honey. And at first, I was going to do. I can get on screen where I'm at. Hey, I got my hoodie on because if the bug fly around me, I have a chance to protect myself to not be killed by the bug. So plus it's cold. So I got my thing on. Just in case, because I opened my door and honey, the outside becoming inside and scaring me. I'm scared of all bugs. Okay, so let it be. Anyway, what was I saying? I forgot what I was going to say. The point is, part 2 comes out next Tuesday. It was an hour and a half. I'm not going to cover anything else. I want to leave this to Nene's review. Tomorrow I'll be live for a review, a gospel chat because stuff I could have done today, I'm going to do tomorrow. Okay, so tomorrow at 9 p.m. we'll have a live and discuss some things going on in the world and whatnot. But y'all know, again, like, share, subscribe comment in this comment section. Follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on ID, Twitter, and TikTok. I'm not even gonna wait the full 10 minutes. I want to get it done. Okay. But hi to everyone who is here. Okay, hello. I hope y'all are all ready for some food deliciousness and whatnot. But hey to the people, hey to the people. Okay. Hi. Okay. Watching the watching the interview, I feel like we finna get right into it. I feel like Nene is a bit delusional for a few reasons. You know what I'm saying? I feel like no one is saying, hey, I'm not gonna wait. So for those, usually we late and usually, but I'm trying to get it out and get it done or whatever, and people can watch the replay. So we getting right into it, okay? Because I'm like, I don't need no precursor. Y'all know what it is. It's one thing, which is Nene to sing and her Carlos, and I just have things to say. So the reason I feel like Nene is a bit delusional is because she act like we haven't seen what happened from the start of season 1 to when she left in season. Nene either left in season 11 or 12, but we on season 15. And I feel like Nene may think because the pandemic confused all us and made us be real tired or whatever, that we may have forgotten what we've seen for a long time from her and her antics and Bravo and their antics and everybody's antics. I really feel like she think we forgot. I think she thought I'm gonna have my blonde hair looking cute. I'm gonna be looking cute. My thighs gonna be out. My boobs gonna already be out too. And I'm gonna confuse people with how I look, and they're gonna think that what they saw me do, what they heard me say, never happened. And I'm like, no, not around here, partner. Not around here. I was like, ma'am, you delusional. Nene, it's delusion. And I was just like, I just need you to sit around here and own the boat that you put yourself in as you burned all the bridges over troubled waters. And the fact that Nene is just ignoring that stuff proves to me she ain't learned nothing. She don't want to learn nothing. Okay. Now, Carlos, who conducted this interview, I feel like Carlos is an example of a messy queen. Because Carlos around here, Carlos brings entertainment. He brings it, but on the backs of Black women. Most of all of Carlos's shows that I can remember, be that R&B Divas, be that the Encore show, be that Bell Collective, be that Love and Marriage, all of Carlos's shows that are popular at one point or the other were all based on Black women in some kind of situationship. Questionable. Okay, it's all Black women in questionable relationships, friendships, partnerships, nothingships. I mean, I knew I was going to have to do it at least one time. I'm trying to find this person on here so I can block them. Okay, Trey already hit them, but let me go ahead and tonight. Let me see. You know what? Trey already hit them. We're gonna leave it be. Because I was about to go. I was about to, and any Nene stands Round here, I'm going to get you together every time. Every time. Every time. I'm going to do it. Okay? It's going to happen. It's going to happen. And if you don't know, now you do know. If I see a BS comment, I'm look, don't play with me. Anyway, as I was saying about messy ass Carlos, okay, he brings us entertainment, but on the backs of black women and all these questionable situations or whatever, I'm saying, and we need to call a thing. Okay, we need to call a thing. Carlos is round. Carlos, where is your all male cast of messy situations? Okay, where are the messy men stuff? What the messy gay men stuff? What the messy straight men stuff? Why are all your shows built off the backs of black women to basically show us in the worst light? And to make it seem like I am the reality king. It's easy to do that when you purposely find people. Because my thing is, every show we've seen Carlos produce, by episode 1 or 2, we see the cracks in these people's situationships. Again, they friendships, marriages, all we see the cracks from the beginning. Meaning, Carlos does too, but he know it's entertainment. People don't love Messy Mel and Messy Martell, Messy's marriage, because of Messy Ariana. They're gonna love it. That was a mess. I can see that Messy Marceau and Messy Tisha and Messy Maurice and Messy Kimmy, it's gonna be a mess. I can see that them sisters on Encore, it's gonna be a mess. I can see that Marie on Bill Collective is gonna be a mess. So Carlos doing this interview with Nene, it makes complete sense because Carlos is an agent of chaos who brings us mess from black women going through things in life and try to hide it under the guise of these are successful black women who are just going through things like not all people going through life has mess in their marriage consistently from season 1 to season whatever. All Carlos shows center around black women. None of Carlos' shows show them in the best light. It's always foolishness just on the horizon. He know what's coming, and they then cut, edit, and produce a show to show all the messiness of it. Okay. Also, let's point out, Carlos has all these shows starring these black women, most of whom we had no idea who they were. The only show Carlos did where we knew the women who were on the show was we did R&B Divas and Hollywood Divas and Encore. But the Bell Collectors and Love and Marriage or whatever, we didn't know the people. We knew Monique from Potomac, but that was really it. But he has all this clout to bring all these shows to WeTV, to BET, to OWN, to Oprah Network. But he ain't got not one show for Nene. He want to praise Nene's this great, amazing legend. She is the top. She's all these. She's the A, the B, the C, the E, the F, and the G. She's all these things. I love Nene, but he ain't got Nene not one show. Carlos can't get Nene not one show. Not one. I keep saying this, and I'm going to say it to the day I die. Nene is entertaining when she wants to be entertaining. But Nene ain't Nene by herself. Nene is an interesting solo dolo. Nene needs an ensemble cast for her to bounce off of. Who she gonna? Greg gone. Brent in jail. Not Brent. Bryson in jail. Brent is delicate because he had the situation. She lived by herself. She's single. We don't know her friends. So Nene would need some kind of ensemble cast of something. But Carlos can no. This is my thing. Anyone can afford Nene. Why? Because Nene don't garner the check she used to garner. Nene had power when Nene was on Housewives. Nene could then say, I want $5 million. I am Nene of the Housewives of Atlanta. She had power then. So then Carlos probably, it would have been harder for Carlos to maybe pay her. Nene ain't been on a successful, popular show in years. Because she been gone from Housewives for what, 3 years? 2-3 years now. She did one season of BT's College Hill. That really was not successful. I mean, some people watched, but not that many. Not that many. I did not even watch the season with Nene and not review shit. Nene is supposedly the grand dame of Housewives, but Carlos King, who has shows on other networks, WeTV, BET, and OWN, but he can't get Nene a show. What does that say? Now, Nene is an example, in my opinion, as a beautiful person. Nene is gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? Nene is an example of a beautiful person who is ugly. She has an ugly persona to herself. Once she feel like someone has wronged her and she ain't done nothing, she becomes ugly. Nene came on Bravo as somebody that nobody knew. Season 1 of Housewives of Atlanta, no one knew anyone on that show. We didn't know Nene, Kim, Sheree, Lisa Wu, Deshawn. Wait, Nene, Kim, Lisa, Deshawn, Sheree. We didn't know any of them. So in true fashion, Nene literally came on Bravo as somebody that nobody knew. Currently, in 2023, today, Nene is now somebody that we all know, who nobody will hire, not even Carlos. That's the gotcha. You up here thinking you the grand poobah of reality TV. You want to get back on Bravo because you feel Bravo is your claim to fame. Will there be measures? No. She is the definition of somebody we all know. We're not gonna act like Nene ain't known. She is. She's worldwide, but no one will hire her. The only other show that she was on that we've seen of as of yet. Now, I don't know what she may have coming down the pipeline in 2-3 weeks. I don't know. What I know is Nene Leakes. She was that girl on Housewives of Atlanta, but all she's been able to book so far was a season of BT's College Hill with an ensemble cast. But let's get into the interview. Okay, so we found out that Nene, that was my thoughts of Nene and Carlos in general. Boom. Nene requested this interview. She wanted it to be in person. Now, Carlos had asked her before, but she said she wasn't ready then. She wasn't ready to come and have a conversation. I said, but wasn't Nene around here doing the whole press tour? When Nene left Housewives, she had a whole press tour. Nene was doing interviews in hotel lobbies. You hear me? So I was like, what they mean is she wasn't ready. Now, if they mean that when Greg passed away, she did not want to do interviews because after Greg passed, that I get. But I'm like, before Greg passed away, she had ample time, opportunity to do an interview with Karla. She just didn't want to. Now, also, Nene brought up how she has not watched Housewives of Atlanta since she left, since she was 5. She has not watched, and she don't sit down, cut her TV on and watch it. She said, I watch the clips that be on social media. You know what I'm saying? Because she said her own words, and I took notes to say stuff that's in her own words, because she said, I don't want to watch the show because they all sit in the house that I built, and the house I built is tumbling. I said, tumbling where? Tumbling down? Where? I feel like when you work somewhere, Nene worked at Bravo, you know, from season 1 to around season 11. See, she left in either 11 or 12, whatever. So she worked there for, let's say, at least 10 years. You know, Nene worked there at least 10 years. So I feel like when you work somewhere for that long, when you are no longer working there, you can discuss your disdain for that place. We give you a year. You can complain for up to a year. Nene been gone for so long. Why are you still discussing that job that let you go that you say ain't shit? And saying that you can't watch because they're in a house that you built that's tumbling, you helped it tumble. You helped it tumble. Because at some point in your career as a housewife, you thought you were too good for Bravo. We know that at a time you left Bravo, you left the Housewives show. You went into the couple shows with Ryan Murphy. That didn't work out. You came back. And when Nene came back, she wasn't the same. I think when Nene came back, she felt defeated that she could not make it outside of the Housewife franchise. And she had to come back. You helped it tumble by not being consistent with being happy with your job, because you left and came back. Now, Carlos brought up how when they met in 2008 for the first time, for the first season, they just clicked. He was a producer, you know, he was assigned to her and Deshaun Snow, and him and Nene just clicked as friends or whatever. He asked her, you know, did you know then, back in 2008, you would be the biggest reality star on the biggest show on Bravo? Now, we're going to go out there and think, Nene and the Housewives show was huge. But we not going to act like the whole time that Nene was on the show had the best ratings. And then once she left, stuff went down the drain. That ain't what it is. You know what I'm saying? But at a time, Nene was the biggest Bravo star. Housewives of Atlanta as the ensemble cast was the biggest Bravo show. But Nene said no, she did not think that it would be that way. She said, I did not even, be myself. I was not being myself on camera season 1 for like the first 3 to 4 weeks of filming. Okay. She said, I thought the other ladies would be like, I thought the other ladies had bigger lives than me. They were married, they choose houses or whatever. I'm saying they life was a little bit different. And I felt like they had bigger lives than me. But I thought it'd be myself, and then I hoped it would work. Carlos asked her, he said, I knew the show would be a hit after Nene was denied entry into Sheree's birthday party, because Nene at that point in time broke the fourth wall, being denied, and said, well, no, I'm a housewife. The cameras is with me. Let me in. Okay. He brings up how Sheree later admitted that she did. Sheree admitted later on that she disinvited, she left Nene name off the thing on purpose, because at that point in time they were not getting along, and that was her reality. So I feel like we all knew Sheree left Nene off on purpose. We all remember Nene at the damn door and being denied entry, into Sheree's party, but I feel like all of them did stuff season 1 that we remember that they did for petty reasons. So I'm like, what does it matter? But then he brought up how you said, I have nothing to say about Sheree and what she did or whatever. I'm not giving her no pointers, but why leave me off the list? Because without me, there's no you. I was like, season 1, none of them was famous. Filming season 1, Nene sound delusional because filming season 1, no, the show wasn't a hit yet. That's what's dumb. You telling us that you were filming the show, had no idea how it would be received, but you felt like Sheree denying you didn't make no sense because without you, there's no Sheree. It's an ensemble cast. All of them, in my opinion, has done things to make shit happen on the show. Be it leaving someone off a list, a bad game with telephone, like this B of the S. Talking mess in the confessionals or whatever. Like it all was a part of the ploy. And she said how Sheree leaving her off the list made Nene bigger than ever. I was like, okay, you say so. Okay. Now Nene did say that she now it's giving Mr. Robbie it's giving Mr. Robbie 75 people in a row. That is hilarious. Nene also said that she does not dislike Sheree. It's not that I dislike her. I don't dislike Sheree. But they have not clicked or hung out in years. I've been said that I say nobody from season 1 really is hanging out with each other on the regular. Not at all. I don't think anybody from season 1 is hanging out together currently. So her saying that me and Sheree have not hung out and clicked in years. Okay. That once Nene said once I stayed on the show and Sheree was on and off the show because I am the show, that many ladies turned against her. It's like, what? The only person who I feel like could have said, forget Nene, is Kandi. And Kandi is the only one who's never left the show. Not never. And it's weird to me that Nene is having these issues with the black cast members. She never bring up any smoke with Kim. I mean, that be. But her saying because she stayed on the show and she was the show, Sheree was on and off the show, back and forth in it, that many of the ladies turned against her. I don't think anyone turned against Nene. Look, where is it? I just saw it. But she had an attitude with the girls when she moved to the West Coast. She did. The white folk pumped her head up, and they did. Nene messed up when she walked away from the computer during COVID, and she did. I feel like so much happens that she likes to ignore that led up to her not being around here. And she talks as if, no, it's not me. It's like the girls turned against me. They didn't like me no more. And I feel like this. Nene seasons like 1 through 5 was kind of the same Nene, even though her looks were upgrading, she's still the same person. Nene season 6 until she left for good was a different Nene. She really thought she really was like, this is my house. I built it. I can do whatever I want. And y'all ain't nothing. It's my show. I don't believe it. So Carlson asked her, she was shocked that Sheree is the last OG on the show. Not hated or love it, Sheree is the last OG. She is the only person who was on season 1, who's currently on the season. Now she may be boring and making up shit. Sheree may wholeheartedly be making up things to be on the show, but she is the last OG standing because Kim don't never need to come back. Deshaun Snow will never come back. I don't feel like Lisa Wu will come back. We know Nene won't come back. So to me, it was what it was. Nene then said, well, I wouldn't say she's the last OG standing. I would say she's the last one they could get on the show, which is true. But that does not negate the fact that Shrek is still an OG. You can't come back because you burnt your bridges. No one wants Kim back. No one. And, Deshaun Snow and Lisa Wu, they just don't work. They don't at all. Okay. She said, there was nowhere for them to go. The stars of the show was me and Kim. I say, bitch, what? When Nene is saying the stars of Atlanta was her and Kim. Now, I agree the stars was never Deshaun and Lisa Wu. At all. I can agree with that. But to make it seem as if that back then it wasn't about Sheree is dumb. Even with Sheree coming and going, for her to say the stars of the show was me and Kim, bullshit. The stars of the Housewives of Atlanta, we're not going to even count season 1 because season 1, it is what it is. Once Kandi came, once Phaedra came, once Cynthia came, and once Porsha came, that's when Housewives got popular. That's when we were loving the show. Yes, we liked the banter and the foolishness between Kim and Nene, but they were not the stars of the show. If Nene wants to say they were stars of season 1, cool, that's fine. But seasons 2 through 15, it ain't about you two. It's about the whole cast. Nene then said, no one from the network or production valued Sheree. She's not the most exciting person. They really didn't need her. I'm like, well, damn it. Now, look, I'll say this. Sheree realized she's not interested on a regular given day. Once Sheree did not have the Bob BS going on, beefing with Bob, Sheree, in my opinion, never figured out how to live her life because she was too busy trying to build the damn castle she got. And she forgot you need more than building a house you can't afford. So each time Sheree left is because she just didn't have anything going on. She wasn't dating nobody. The house still wasn't built. She was let go. They will bring her back for a season and she still will be boring. And had Cynthia not left and Porsha not left, we would have never got Sheree back. They brought Sheree and Marlo in because they had nothing else. They had nothing else to do. They had no choice. They couldn't get anybody else. At one point, Sheree was interesting. She eventually wasn't, but I do believe I can say she is the last OG stand. Okay. Now, Carlos asked if she felt like the underdog in season 1. I feel like all of them were underdogs in season 1. We didn't know any of them. But Nene said, yes, I do feel like I was the underdog. I think the rest of the girls thought no one would like me, but they loved me and did not like them. I'm like, Nene, we love the show. We love the show. But Nene loves making it a one-woman show. And that's what's weird, is that she just won't acknowledge that she is one person on an ensemble cast, even though at some point she was Bravo's favorite. Because Nene was, in no tea, no shade, a loud black woman who liked drama and would fuss with whoever, and she felt like she was Queen Bee. And that's what it was. So I feel like season 1, no one knew. A lot of shows get made a lot of season ones happen, and then the show doesn't pop off. Married to Medicine, LA, they thought would be great. It did not work. We have many shows that they do a one season and it don't work. The only show I am still pissed that we did not get another season of is Kandi and the Gang. Kandi and the Gang should have for sure gotten a season 2. I hate that show did not get another season. It was good. But Nene is like, girl, what the fuck ever. Okay. And also we did not like the rest of the cast. We didn't like the Shine Star. She was boring. Carlos asked her if she developed an ego after season 1. Nene's ego to me tapped in around season 5. Nene answered the question and I was so confused. Nene said, I don't think I did. I said, then what? I don't think I did. You know what I'm saying? I did change because you're supposed to change and grow as you get older. People kept saying it's ego because the cameras were on, but people put me apart about my wigs, about my makeup or whatever. So I did change things. I changed, okay? I got better wigs, I got better makeup or whatever. And then they still complain. I'm like, Nene, why you want bullshit? She said how she tries so hard to be herself because she's uncomfortable when she's not herself. And I was like, ma'am, is that why you always... When Nene said stuff like, I'm uncomfortable when I'm not myself, I was like, is that why you only play yourself on TV? Because each show Nene did, which is her. It wasn't her name, but it was still Nene. Nene on them 2 Ryan Murphy shows, she was a tall black woman who was loud and sassy with blonde hair. It wasn't no difference. It was, I think one show she played a coach and one show she was a nanny. But she always played herself. And anyone who's like, I don't feel comfortable, I'm not myself, you can't act. You can't. But Nene on bullshit because she trying to act like ego has nothing to do with how you look. Yes, you can change how you look and you can feel better. But Nene's persona, Nene's arrogance, Nene's thinking, Nene really felt like her shit did not stink. And everyone else should kiss her ass because she was the OG It's My House. She did get an ego after season 1 because the show was a success. And she felt like it's my show. Because it's my show, it's my shit, it's my stuff. She did have an ego. And she refuses to admit. Nene became a monster. Nene became less likable as she became an ego monster. Because she felt like and she acted like she was better than other people. Even though it wasn't her show. It's also like, is that why Nene never had her own? Nene only had her the wedding special. But Nene never had her own show. She always was on the show with other folk because she could not do it alone. And so folks started to not like her because she became an ego monster after a couple seasons. Carlos asked her, when did she feel that... I forgot I had another picture. When did she feel like... She was talking about people. When did she feel like Housewives changed and it wasn't how it was when they started? She said that when Cynthia came on, that's what she felt like. The show was different. It changed, whatever. She said in the beginning we did our real life. Okay, we lived our real life. I was married. Sheree was going through divorce. She said we was going through real life things. People then came on. Kenya, she said, Kenya came on and started to create a storyline. She said people came on with their fake boyfriends or whatever just to please production. And that I hated that Kenya was the one to change it, but yeah, it was Kenya, and it changed in a negative way. I'm like, I just don't understand. I feel like when Kenya came, did Kenya change the show? I don't think Kenya changed the show, but Kenya came in and it was something different. It had been the same seasons one, same old, 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 same old. And Kenya came on and she changed stuff with how she did. Now I'm not the one to say that Kenya was up in line or whatever, you know, but Kenya did come in and it did get different. I do feel like people came on, including Nene and them. I feel like everyone came on with their storyline every season. So I think after season 3, all of them started to do that. Now, Kenya may have been the only one who did it deliberately, came in with a deliberate storyline that she wanted to be how she was. That I can say maybe yes. She also brought up how Phaedra came on and she did not want her on here. Okay. And, you know, Phaedra came on and she did not want to even admit how far along she was in her pregnancy. And that was some bullshit. Now, when Phaedra came on, not knowing how far along she was, lying about her pregnancy due date, that was crazy. For sure. So Phaedra part was a bit weird because Phaedra was not wanting to admit she was fucking that man in prison. Now, he also asked her how much did they make first season. Now, this did not shock me. Okay, because remember, y'all, season 1 happened in 2008. You know, in 2008, you know, we did not have streaming services or whatever. Like, this is a brand new show. No one knew any of these people. Nothing. Then he said for first season, she got $10,000. You know, she's I think we got $5,000 for the reunion. Then for season 2, they got about $50K. Then for season 3, they got between $100 to $150K. And that at season 4 was when they started making some real money. But season 1, they got basically nothing. I'm like, yeah, because no one knew what the show was going to do. And again, 10 years ago, back in 2008, that to me, that money made sense. On the show that we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if it'll get picked up. He got a little bit of money. A little bit of money. She brought up how everything they filmed for the first 3 seasons was stuff they had to pay for. They were just excited as housewives out here filming the show, whatever. They were happy. They did not think about the fact they only got paid 10K. But I'm like, hearing in 2023 that back then they got 10K, I'm like, that actually makes sense. Truth be told. The show changed the moment they stopped shopping and started shading. That's true. They used to be shopping, hanging out, chit-chatting, and then out the blue, everyone was shading somebody at every angle. All the time. All the time. Okay? But I feel like the money she was making, to me, Nene was making it seem like they paid us pennies knowing they were going to make millions. And I'm like, the fact that each season, how much y'all got paid, kept y'all went from 10K for the season to 50K to 150K. And each season, by season 4, when y'all were actually known and actually hit, of course y'all got much more money. Now, he brought up how you and Cynthia did not know each other before the show, and you were told by production to hang out with her to bring her in on the show. I feel like back then, we didn't know that. Back then, when someone would come on, we would assume, oh yeah, they friends, because they would say that. But now we know for a fact that reality shows have the stars bring on a new cast, and they'll say so and so, and they not. We know that now. So that's not surprising, because that came out a long time ago. We hope the only time we know they friends as if we have seen them hanging out for like Kandi and Mayetta are friends. They've been friends for years. Anybody else? I don't know. Like Courtney and Sheree ain't friends. You can't tell me that. Courtney is someone they brought on, and they're just introducing them through Sheree. We ain't never seen Courtney and Sheree hanging out until the show. Okay, but then he said, yes, I did not know her or whatever. That Cynthia was starstruck by me. Cynthia came on, I think, season 3 or 4, one of the two. But she said that Cynthia was starstruck by her, and that she had never heard Cynthia. She did not know. She don't know nothing about Cynthia being a supermodel. She don't know that at all. I'm like, why shade that lady? As if it's not photographs of her modeling back in the day. The fuck? Okay? So the disdain that she has for Cynthia is weird to me. Okay? She said, but I did not think Cynthia could be a housewife. I think she was right for it or whatever. But I liked her, but I did not think she was fit for the show. But once I met Peter, I knew why production wanted Cynthia. Because they wanted Peter. Because Peter was Peter. You know what I'm saying? That if Cynthia was not with Peter, she would have not got on the show. Even though she kept saying the whole interview that Cynthia be going off on people or whatever, how Cynthia is off camera is different or whatever. Cynthia don't want anyone to know how she can read somebody, that she's feisty or whatever, and that she can put Peter in his place. How folks felt like Cynthia was this damsel in distress, and how Peter was also controlling and this and that or whatever. And she's like, no. They didn't know that Cynthia, she was stern and this and that. Now, Carlos then said, yeah, because at one point, Cynthia kicked Peter out the house, and Peter had to sleep at bar 1. I'm like, not y'all, it's no girl. Oh. But Nene really wants this narrative that Cynthia is this shady, mean, sneaky, this sneaky, mean person. She kept dropping that the whole interview. And look, this little nuggets of Cynthia, not Cynthia. She be tricking y'all. She's nice, nasty. Girl, I was like, we get it. Cynthia ain't no pushover. She admitted how her and Peter kind of did not like each other. How they kind of like, I don't like you and I don't like you either. And shit, like she didn't see. She looked like Milhouse. She did call Peter her BIT. I didn't watch Carlos' interview with Peter because I feel like Peter, you know what I'm saying? And I know Peter was saying things about Cynthia and stuff. And you know what I'm saying? So I'm looking like it's some B of S. It is some B of S. I know, right? I can't. It's in your house comment, but it's Lord Jesus. But it's the fact that Nene likes to kind of shade Cynthia is weird to me. I always say, even if I'm not friends with somebody anymore, you're not gonna hear me shading them. You're not. Ain't gonna happen because friendship is friendship. Oh, was he? Don't tell me I gotta watch it and read Peter's ass a filth because I can. But her point was Cynthia only got picked for Housewife because of Peter. That she didn't like Peter, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? Carlos then bring up Phaedra. Was Phaedra good for the show? Now, while I'm still mad at Phaedra for the whole, Kandi accusation situation and how Phaedra's never owned up to the part that she played in it. You know what I'm saying? She on my nerves. But he asked her, was Phaedra good for the show? I think Phaedra was. She was. Nene said, look, no. At the time, she did not think that Phaedra was good for the show. She said, because the pilot that was shot for Housewives of Atlanta is not the first season we saw. It was other people, but Kim, Nene, and Sheree was there. It was other people. And they brought in Lisa and Deshaun later on. Okay? But then you said I had the pilot or whatever. I then shot the actual show. You see, I think and look at the show from a very personal standpoint. And I want the show to win or whatever. I want us to make money or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. But she said, but certain people came around, like Phaedra, who I did not want on the show, but it wasn't my decision. I had no power. Okay, I knew her from back in the day or whatever, and I felt some type of way about her being here. It's like, why? Why? I mean, unless what we not see Faith a little bit messy, but I felt like, why? Like, for what? It's weird that anyone wants a show to stay so the same, to not evolve. I don't understand that. Now, Phaedra came on, had some reads. We did not know when she was pregnant. We still don't know if she got Dr. while Apollo was in prison or when he got first out of prison. You know, there are things about Phaedra that we still question to this day. And maybe that's why Nene had an issue. But I feel like it also felt like it was more than that. Okay. Now, Nene and Karla was then talking about how people was thirsty to be on the show back then or whatever. How being on the show at that time was a privilege. You hear me? And a lot of people was always scrambling to get on camera while they were out, you know, shooting scenes for the show. Like if they out at a club, at a party, whatever, random people was wanting to get on camera. That's life. It's life. Nene then said that we were the first Black ensemble cast. You know, we were for Basketball Wives and before, you know, the Kardashians, Love and Hip Hop and this and that and the Braxtons, Hollywood Exes, whatever. We were for all these shows, and that any Black reality show had already fizzled out, like Flavor of Love and other things where they had fizzled out and was not on anymore. And then we came along. It was only white shows. It wasn't any Black ensemble shows at all. So folks forgot we launched the platform and opened the doors for all other Black shows who came after us, okay, due to our success. I was like, well, damn, toot your own horn, Nene. This is my thing. Reality TV shows around that time were new. They were not as typical as they are now. Now everyone has a show. All you need is a cell phone and got an internet connection. Okay. And Nene is being honest and saying when Housewives came out, there were not many or any other Black ensemble shows. That is true. However, the only reason that you had a show, to me, was because before you, there were Flavor of Love shows. You know what I'm saying? Flavor of Love, I Love New York. Like, that stuff had happened. Tammy on Real World. Like, there were other shows of ensemble cast. Y'all were the first mainly Black cast. I get that. I do. But I feel like Nene making it seem like once they were filming, no one should want to be included in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like her saying, we opened the door for other Black shows that came after us due to our success. Is like, you want a cookie? But she said it made me feel some kind of way when folks try to come around here to our show, and Phaedra tried to come over, and I did not like it. But I'm like, why do you feel like nobody else can come on the show? That to me proves you selfish. Because what kind of person does not want to help the next person also get on? Nene, in my opinion, wanted all the shine all the attention. She did not want to share it. And to say, well, we built the platform. I'm like, oh, okay, girl. Whatever. I just feel like it's selfish. Because when Carlos said out his own mouth, wow, because he was the producer, while out filming at locations or whatever, people were trying to get screen time because I'm like, people, any show that's on TV, if you are you're going to try to get on camera. You're going to try to get on. But I'm like, that's a good thing. Don't make it seem like nobody else should want to also get on. Okay? Carlos asked her she regrets putting her family on TV because of issues. Now she said, yeah, I regret discipline Brent on TV because was it Brent? No, Bryson. Well, she said, you have lost your damn mind. She's like, I regret disciplining him because that repeats all the time. He was embarrassed or whatever. So I regret disciplining my son because again, it hurt him and it had repercussions. Okay. So I also wish that me and Greg wish that we did not put so much of our marriage because we got divorced, but we got back together. So all the shit that we had shown, we had to eat our words. Okay. When Carlos asked about Bryce, even though we watched a bit of it yesterday, she did elaborate a little bit more. So y'all know Bryce is currently in jail right now, or whatever, for the fentanyl stuff and whatnot. She's like, he doing okay. Again, he need rehab, he need counseling, whatever. He has struggled for years with addiction. That each time she forced him to go to rehab, he relapsed. That she would now wait until he's ready and not force him because she wasted money sending him in. How her brother and a close cousin also have food addiction, but as his mom, her hands are tied, but she's numb to it because it's been going on so long. Which means she been knew that man was on drugs, and he just, hey, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Okay, I don't understand how she can be so possessive of the show when her role isn't even the first Housewives show. I agree. I feel like there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with Nene, who is proud of the work she put in that created this franchise of Housewives of Atlanta, and the success. There's nothing wrong with her being proud of the show. It's the fact that she feel like because she was there from the inception, that she's exempt from anyone having any issue with her and how she's acted while being a part of the show and how she's acted after leaving and being fired and being left out there on the side of the road when she wants to be. And I'm proud of JayLeesCorner because I created it. It's my baby. But I'm a one-woman show. You know what I'm saying? When I first started my channel, I kept saying I don't want to collaborate with anybody until I get some kind of success on my own. Nene started the show, yeah, but she used other people to bring us in. Nene did not shoot a show about her and Greg and the kids. She did. We were interested based on the 5 women. Even Kim at that point. Now we thought Kim was a bit racist, but people still tune in for all of them. If Nene had shot a show about her based on her and her alone, and she felt like it's her show that changed later on to being more people, that's one thing. But y'all came on as an ensemble. All of them could feel the same way. Yes, Orange County was first. I think then we got Atlanta. And then we got either New York or Jersey. But Orange County, I was watching Orange County first. So, but Nene started shooting around the Housewives of Atlanta, and they ended because at first Housewives was not a franchise; it was one show. was one show. And once the one show happened, other cities thought, okay, we can do it. I think Nene just took the initiative to suggest a Housewives of Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, girl, whatever. They asked her, wasn't they? He asked her about, well, with you and Greg, you feel like that you emasculated Greg because you making more money. Now, Nene brought up how Greg was for sure the money maker, the head of household, main income came from Greg. She was not working. She was a stay-at-home mom. She was a housewife. But once she started making money around, after season 4, that she do feel like that she's like, I did, but I did not do it on purpose. I did it without even noticing or whatever. I was able to do stuff without having to ask him for money. Like I used to have to ask him because he was the breadwinner. So if I needed something, talk to my husband. And once she started making her own money, she no longer did that. I'm gonna buy what I want to buy. I got my own money. Okay, and it's like it was little stuff like that. Even how she would spend whatever she wanted to spend because I'm making more money than him. How she thought that she was making her life easier because I would just do stuff that he used to do. So it made him feel like I didn't need him. I emasculated him by me just being, saying the person who I was. And Greg not like that. And that's really what caused the divorce. How it really did, cause issues in their marriage. Because some people can't handle when things change like that. And we see how Nene changed to us as viewers. So I can imagine how she changed as that man's wife. Because she did, like, Nene changed. It was what it was, okay? And because he got pissed off, it made him feel some kind of way. And the shit went down, okay? She then said, because Greg is a lot like Cynthia. Okay, people see them as quiet people, but they can get folks together. They real nice, nasty, okay? And that she had to teach Greg a lesson by divorcing him in full for him to get how upset she was or whatever. But again, they got back together, who cares? They did bring up her name and John, that white man named John who bought her that damn Rolex, which she still had. She said her and John were dating. John was basically a sugar daddy. I'm not saying she banged that man, but she said John was basically somebody who she was, dating, but, like a shopping dating, shopping sprees, trips, all that stuff. He spent all the money on her. He was he was filthy rich. He was about her what she wanted and what anyone else wanted or whatever. It was never an issue. But she said, but once that was done, like we just didn't have nothing else in common. I said, we knew that from seeing that man. Period. Now her dating that married man, Yoni. Was it Yoni or Yogi? Yoni. After telling Kim, keep your legs closed to marry men. Okay, keep your legs closed to marry men. Now, Nene said Yoni is currently a divorced single man who was married when she met him, but he was separated and going through a divorce. And that with Kim and Big Papa, that Big Papa never left his wife. So that's why I said Kim was actively banging a unmarried man who wasn't in no divorce. She then said, hi, Kim. Hi, Lee. I don't think we've ever known Big Papa's actual name. We now know that man's name is Lee. And Big Papa's wife's name is actually Kim. I'm like, how the fuck? That was different. So Nene said Big Papa and his wife to this day are still together, still married. So that's what she said. Kim was really messing with somebody who was married who wasn't going to leave the wife. And with Yoni, he left his wife, divorced the wife, and he's now currently divorced. She brought up how, her and Yoni are not together now. That both of them decided that, things were not working out with them or whatever, and that she said her next relationship will be a private one because it's so public. She also said she met him after Greg died. A lot of us felt like she met him before Greg passed away, but she said, no, I met him a month after Greg passed away at a bar. And that she don't know what she said, I don't know what he told his wife, but he told me he was getting divorced and he was separate. So I don't know what he told her. Okay. But currently we are single, not together. That's it. Okay. And when Carlos asked, well, do you think that he used you? She said, well, no, I don't think he used me for fame, but I do know that he never shot away from the camera. If cameras is up, he's smiling. He's in all the pictures. But I feel like, I guess, she discussed folks saying that she never grieved Greg's passing, but she said I did. She said I just grieved differently. How Greg dying was hard for me. I thank Yoni because me and him was friends. It got more serious because other folks felt like it was, so that pushed us to be a bigger deal. But because I was grieving Greg's death, I just kind of went with the flow. She didn't care. I'm hanging out with him, and that's it. Okay. He said, "Let's go here." I'm going. Okay. I'm round here. Oh no, not the man, girl. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna Google him later. Let me Google him now. Let me Google him now. Yeah. I know you wasn't lying. That's Big Papa? I mean, he looked like somebody who would date Kim. He looked like somebody who would have a Kim on the sideline. First of all, if that's his wife looked like a dark-haired Kim. He had the type. Because Kim, back in the day, and that man's wife can be sisters. I think a lot of folk don't remember what Kim looked like. Kim looked like that man's wife. Just with blonde hair. He do look familiar. Like I've seen him somewhere. I don't know if he's been on some other show. But I still feel like girl, not him and Neo. Girl. Cause I can go all day. I can get to looking all into what Big Papa girl. Hey Lee. Hey Big Papa, thank you, Big Papa. Anyway, back to Nene. Lord Jesus. But Nene did say that she did grieve Greg, that Yoni helped her grieve Greg by just basically keeping her busy. She glow trying or whatever, and this and that, and then this or whatever. She said I did have love for Yoni. I was not in love with him. That she do not think she would ever find love like she had with Greg with anyone else. That she knows she'll find someone to spend a life with, but it will not be a love like it was with Greg. But he had to be rich. Carlos asked her, is she broke? Are you broke? Do you have any money? Are you having money issues? All she said was that she wasn't broke. Okay? That no one has ever asked her about her money finances, but she's not broke. I don't think Nene broke, but I also feel like the way she spend, I just hope she got a portfolio somewhere else or some investments that's bringing in some money. Because as much as Nene spend money, she can go broke in a couple years. You know what I'm saying? Carlos asked about Kenya and Porsha, saying that he feels that Kenya and Porsha saved Housewives when they were added to the show. Now, Kenya and Porsha came on around the same time, around seasons 4, 5, 6. I think maybe 4 and 5 was when Porsha and Kenya came around. I will say that when they came on, it was an added newness to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like when they add new housewives, it brings a bit of freshness to the show that we hope works out. And I do feel like when Kenya and Porsha came on, like, it did change a little bit. And I won't say that it saved the show, but it changed the entertainment level because shit got a little bit silly. Okay. Now, Nene said, I do think they were great additions to the show, but I can't say I think they saved the show. She said, well, I don't know. Now, when Carlos said, like, well, for Kenya and Porsha, how, things before them, the show was kind of redundant. Same old, same old, same old. But Kenya came on or whatever, and she came around here dressed up as Phaedra. When Kenya came dressed in that bathing suit with butt pads on, dressed like Phaedra, I say, bitch, what? It was fun because nobody else had antics like that. It became entertaining. It was funny, okay? And he said it was something different that we had not seen. And then Nene like, well, I don't know about that, but I was happy for Kenya to come on. I'm saying because she was Miss USA, or Black Miss USA or whatever, but I did not know she was an actress or whatever. I'm saying I didn't know Porsha, but I knew of her grandfather's organization or whatever. And I remember Kenya twirling for no reason, fuss with Phaedra, and I remember Porsha thinking it was 200. When Porsha said it's 200, and I said, girl, 200 what days, girl? Porsha not knowing how many days in a year and the railroad train conductor, it will be the funniest shit ever on Housewives in history because she was dead ass serious. Okay, so she was like, I just feel like I'm saying those things kind of crazy. Now she did say that Porsha, because Porsha and Cordell were going through a divorce by the end of their season. Producers did not want Porsha to come back for a second season. And Carlos said, well, that's very, very true. They did not want Porsha to come back after her first season. They was going to fire Porsha. And so both Nene said it and so did Carlos. Now, I don't know how much they were go around here. And Nene said that both her and Kandi called the network and production like, y'all can't fire her. She going through a divorce. Like, she need this show. Like, give her one more season. Do not get rid of her. How she said, me and Kandi went to bat for Porsha and got her to stay on the show. Now, the funny thing for me was the whole hour and a half of this conversation, they never mentioned Kandi in any real way. Like, they mentioned her as far as her being on the show. But I'm like, how do you discuss everybody else who came on the show but not Kandi, who's still on the show now? I felt like that was a deliberate, shady thing to let's not talk about Kandi as if she don't even matter. It don't matter that she came in season 2. It don't matter that she's still there in season 15. I just found it weird that neither of them, that Carlos, not again, because this is only part 1, he could wholeheartedly ask her questions about her and Kandi on part 2. So we shall see. But I was like, I just found it funny that he did, because Carlos asked her about everyone else who came on the show except Kandi. He asked her about Kenya coming on, about Cynthia coming on, about Phaedra, about Porsha. All people who came on after Kandi. How do you not ask her about Kandi coming on? We all know that she felt some kind of way about Kandi too. I'm like, I just didn't get. Now again, part 2 come on next week. Maybe that's when it. Because I'm like, we ain't gonna act like Nene don't have some kind of issue or have not had an issue with Kandi since Kandi came on the show. Now I don't know if that's Carlos avoiding it because Carlos don't like Kandi. You can't tell me Carlos don't like Kandi. I don't know, but I found it weird. Point blank period. Okay. Carlos then brings up how he was fighting for Porsha too, and that season 6 was the highest rated season. They had almost 5 million views. That's when it was Kandi, Nene, Cynthia, Porsha, Kenya, and Phaedra. And I feel like when I seen this clip of them saying, "Oh yeah," because season 6, which was 9 seasons ago, season 6, it was at almost 5 million views for that season. And then he said, "Oh yeah, but now in season 10, it's on they get like 500,000 views." And I feel like this. It aggravates me because I feel like there are not many reality shows, if any, that are getting millions of views every episode. I feel like when you are a show that has been on for 15 seasons, the ratings are going to slip. And the kicker to me was they weren't getting millions of views when Nene was on the show. Her last couple seasons. Okay. Carlos' show never gets that many views. They're in like the 200,000 of views. So I feel like, how can you ask about ratings and views when your current shows don't do that? And I also feel like people know, like even like y'all know, even me, I'm going to have to revamp my channel because the eagerness I used to have. Even I've only been on YouTube for 6 years. I don't have the same eagerness to run and review a show because I'm like, I'll watch it tomorrow. I still ain't watched Love and Marriage Detroit, and I live in Detroit. So I am making sure that my content is not centered strictly around show, because I don't watch them like that. Nobody really consistently watches the shows how we used to. It's changed. The ratings for all shows have changed. Vanderpump Rules had amazing ratings because it was a fair scandal. That's the only reason Vanderpump Rules had huge ratings, because it was a whole scandal of friends banging friends. So I feel like to not acknowledge that ratings for very much so, at least reality shows, have changed. Now my scripted shows, I'm gonna watch them whenever they come back on because the strike is still going. Okay, like I like my series shows, scripted shows. A lot of folks, even reviewers, it ain't like that. It is not. And even Kandi brought up how everyone doesn't watch live on the TV. Some folks watch on the app, on Peacock. Is it Peacock or Paramount? I think it's Peacock. So the ratings that you see from the TV watching the day of don't count. Because I had, what's today? Today is Tuesday. I still have not watched Housewives of Atlanta from Sunday. It's on my DVR, and I'll probably watch it tomorrow. So a lot of folks don't watch it the day of, but we watch it. It's not the same. Not that many people sit down the night a show come on, and we don't do that no more. Carlos know that, and so does Nene. But it's easier for them to dog Bravo with Housewives, because neither of them is over there no more. And that's the gotcha. That two people who are fully aware of why the viewership is down are trying to make it be something negative, and not that how things were 9 years ago is not how it's gonna be now. Carlos's show Love and Marriage Huntsville, they're only in season 6. Their ratings are like Carlos. It stays between like 300,000 or less. Now I know, OWN does not have OWN has enough subscriberships or whatever for their views to be higher. The only show on OWN is Love and Marriage. So it kind of aggravating when anyone makes it seem as if only Housewives of Atlanta ratings have slipped. A lot of people ratings have slipped because it is what it is. I still like the show. I just don't have to watch it the night it comes on. I can watch it 2 days later, but I'm going to watch it. Yeah, Carlos is obsessed for sure, Casey. I do watch shows. I go back and binge watch the early seasons. See, you go back and watch stuff. You know what I'm saying? But it's on bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So Nene like, oh look at the ratings are slipping. Girl, what? You ain't on Nene show, Nene. You ain't on Nene show. But she said, back in season 6, it was a strong cast. We had a lot of conflicts. At that point in time, everyone was speaking up for themselves or whatever. Now, a lot of folks are silent. Girl, because y'all done fuss about once you've argued for years, I'm not going to argue. I ain't got time. I'm done. Okay? It's Housewives of Atlanta. Housewives of Atlanta, to me, is one show of Housewives. Atlanta and Potomac are two shows that still have kind of the same cast for the same, you know what I'm saying? It hasn't changed up a lot. So it's kind of the same thing. Jersey has a lot of different people now. The only OGs is Teresa and Melissa, who's been on for a minute. They just brought back Tamra, but they switched things up a lot. Atlanta has never really did like a reboot how they could have. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, even Mary the Medicine, you know what I'm saying, hasn't changed their cast up. And so I don't even watch it as often. It's same old. But I mean, that's on them. You know what I'm saying? Right. Housewives was not boring. It isn't boring. But for me, I'm never on Sundays. I'm not like, I'm gonna sit and watch no. Like Monday night, Tuesday afternoon, like, okay, I gotta watch Housewives. Like I'm gonna watch it because it's not boring. But it's just, you know what I'm saying, I can wait. Karla brought up how people have said things change between you and Kenya. People felt that Nene is jealous of Kenya, or Nene has felt threatened by Kenya. Nene not admitting that she did not want Kenya to become more likable, popular than her is her not wanting to own her truth. I'm not saying that she was jealous of Kenya. I do feel like she felt like, I do not want Kenya to think. I don't want the fans to think that anyone is better than me because I'm the OG. I think that, to me, was Nene's issue all along. Anytime anyone came on that show and did not feel the need to kiss her ass, she felt threatened. When she said how Cynthia came on and Cynthia was like starstruck, I think Kenya, Kandi, probably Phaedra, came in like, who is you? Who are you saying? I don't think at any point that they felt like we have to like sit behind Nene and treat her as the grand dame, the queen bee. I don't think that was. So the fact that Kenya, like, I never thought Kenya was the star of the show. I never thought that. She was a great addition, but she ain't the star. She never was a star. You know what I'm saying? She damn sure was not a star when I was there. And how I've never felt threatened by anyone on the show, but I feel like they were threatened by me. I'm like, but you not there no more. Everyone you talking about outlived you on the show. Even Cynthia. Because Cynthia came on and did not leave until she was, until she left. Kenya came on and left the one season, but came back, and she's been back since she's been back. Kandi never left. I don't think anyone felt threatened by Nene. I do think they felt like she thought she was the shit, and some of them just did not want to take it. And that's why Nene bumped heads with certain people. But as far as Kenya, I do feel like Nene did not want Kenya to feel like she was better than Nene. I think she wanted the fans to feel like y'all don't have to look at Kenya as she's great. It's about me. So while that may not be her feeling jealous or threatened, it is what it is. It is what it is. And I think that's why she bumped heads so much with Kandi and Kenya. Because the same way Nene don't back down from nobody, neither does Kenya, neither does Kandi. All of them are 3 alphas. 3 alphas. Kenya, Kandi, and Nene are 3 alphas. To me, Kandi beats out both Kenya and Nene. Only because if Kandi says something, she's going to say she said it. And we've seen before both Kenya and Nene say something, do something, did or whatever, and when it came back around, they would try to explain around it, but sometimes they would not admit what they did or whatever. And with Kandi, in my opinion, anything she said that she's done, she'll say, yeah, that's what I said, that's what I did, yeah. And see, you know what I'm saying? Like, she'll say what she did, and she'll just sit in there, and then if she has to apologize, she'll apologize. We've seen Nene and Kenya not always do that. So to me, Kandi is a step above in that realm. But Nene, Kenya, and Kandi to me are our top 3 top alphas of the show. Okay, and I think none of them. I don't see. I think Kenya at one point wanted to be Queen Bee. I do. I do. When she first came on, Kenya wanted to be that girl. And she acted in a way that made her a villain because she wanted to be that girl. I think Kandi, on the other hand, has never cared that tough. I think Kandi currently it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. I don't think she ever wanted to be Queen Bee. I think Kandi was, I'm Kandi, that's what it is. Fucking that's it. Nene always wants to be, this is my show, this is my baby, I'm the Queen Bee, I'm a top, and she gives a fuck about that. That's the difference between all 3 of them. And she was like how Nene said she is one of the people who felt they all needed to work to keep the show great so they all can keep getting a check. And I feel like Nene kept mentioning in one way or the other how the other ladies at some point or the other wasn't working, meaning they not trying to bring stuff on the show to make the show pop. In her opinion, I think over the years, all of them has at some point rode the sidelines not tried that hard. Phoned it in. All of them. Kandi, Kenya, Sheree, Nene, Phaedra, all of them. All of them have had their time on the show to where they weren't really doing much for a season or two. Because Kandi has been on the longest. We've seen everything she's done. And now she is just there getting a check. Not saying she don't matter. Not saying she's boring. Kandi do be having things. But Kandi is busy enough. Her main thing ain't being there to do shit. Kandi don't have to throw no party because Kandi got a show to do elsewhere. She's filming the show. You know what I'm saying? Kandi is still actively singing and touring. She's acting on multiple shows. She's producing on Broadway. Kandi is a person to where we cannot expect Kandi to really be a full-time housewife. How Kenya is. How Sheree should be. Because y'all asses is in Atlanta not doing shit. Drew, Sheree, Marlo, Celia, they not doing shit. Y'all not busy. So y'all should have to do the most. Kandi literally is on tour with her show, with her group. Kandi was literally filming another reality show. She was also filming The Shy. She's also on that other show that's on the Black Network. Kandi was doing a lot. So I feel like people making it seem as if Kandi ain't doing much on Bravo, on Housewives, because she's booked and busy doing other things. And Bravo won't let Kandi go. So Kandi come when she can come, and when she can't, she ain't there. But Kenya, Sheree, who is it? Kenya, Sheree, Drew, Cynthia, Marlo. Is that all fast? Is that everybody, y'all? Everybody but Kandi. Everybody but Kandi schedule is open enough for them to fully be in it. Because if Kandi left Bravo, if Kandi left Housewives, that would be one thing she not doing, but she would have all these other things. If Drew got let go of Housewives, what is Drew doing? Nothing. Kenya in Brooklyn, what is Kenya doing? No tea, no shade. I mean, she got her hair. I'm just saying. Sanya, is Sanya still running? No. Okay. Her husband be in Texas with the camera crew. Okay. Like the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever. Okay. So for her to make it seem as if no one is around here want to make the show great. Well, then shut up and leave the show. You know? And what else did she say? She said, I never felt like me and Kenya actually clicked to be friends, that I liked her. I saw her recently. We said hi and bye in passing. I never felt like Kenya or Nene did not like each other. I felt like it was two alphas battling for the Pride Land. Bravo should know if they have a camera crew following Kandi, it would be amazing. It really would be. They should have not canceled Kandi in the game. Period. He asked her what happened with her friendship between her and Cynthia. Did she think that people talking about how Cynthia was weak and how Cynthia was always getting ran over, if that got into his head, and that's what made them, get beat out? And Nene said, I do. I think people was watching the show and they thought I was a leader, not knowing Cynthia ain't no punk. Folks watching the show thought something was saying things and got in her head, not knowing Cynthia ain't nobody you play with. She said Cynthia's different. You can't run over Cynthia. She's not quiet. She's very opinionated. She stands up for herself. She's allowed to say. And um, a lot of girls don't show who they are. They create a character. So, girl, she admits that she does miss the friendship, but she does not think they will ever be cool again because she cannot respect Cynthia. Because she said, I can't respect her because of things she did behind the scenes. I can work with her, but I can't respect her. Let me break that down. What that means is, I know for a fact Bravo will bring Cynthia back. So let me not say I can't work with her. Let me say I would not respect her, meaning it could be some drama. So Nene still is trying to leave the door open for her to get work. Because no tea, no shade. And again, I don't know what Nene has come up the pipeline. She could have a whole show. Carlos could have a whole show for Nene that we don't know that they're going to announce on part 2 of the interview. I don't know. What I can say is, as of today, to me, Nene is still saying things to leave the door open in case Bravo wants her back and they won't see her back. And I can work for her. I'm not gonna respect her though. It's like her about. She said Cynthia tried to stop my money from Bravo. I know what she did. She was in an alliance with the Housewives producers and the network. And I think she had a hand on trying to get me off the show. I'm like, well, ma'am, you are off the show. But that happened because of you. You know what I'm saying? She said some of the girls felt like if they did things, it would help them stay on the show longer. It would give them more jobs. Okay. But what they did not know was if we all stuck together, it would have made us all stronger to eat and work together. And it's like Nene has, while on the show, we've never seen Nene speak about them as a collective. A collective who needs to work together. It's always been me, 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 me. My show, my baby, I'm the OG, blah, 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 blah. And now that you are on the outs and you have no backup in your corner, now you want to say how, oh, we should have all stuck together so then I would not be asked out. Because they did not stick together with me. Now we are not all together. Yeah, but you the only one not working. Even Cynthia booked it. Cynthia booked and busy. Eva booked and busy. Porsha booked, but Porsha was booked and busy. Not saying Porsha still booked and busy. She is. Nene is the only housewife who left within the recent years, who claimed to be an HBIC that can't get work. Can't get hired at no network. She then said how we have the right to say who we want off the show if we're asked who should come and who should go. But that don't mean that we don't want the show to succeed or we want that person or that we don't want that person to be successful. It means we just know who is not doing the job. And I'm like, man, you were doing the job. That's true. Porsha was beating people's asses and still got a job. I hope y'all have like the video real fast. Like it. Like it is the thing to do. Like the video, I forgot. We almost done. Right. Even Eva left the show and got look. Eva is on. Eva's been on a lot of things on BT. A lot. And I love all the Queen's Men. You hear me? I love it. Can't wait for the next episode. Carlos brought up how it saddened him where things are now. I felt you were the anchor, a queen bee, and the face of the show. Because currently Nene is banned from all things Bravo, NBC Universal, Andy Cohen. She's banned. She can't do none of that shit. None of it. When Nene said this, I said, okay, yeah, Nene's delusional. Nene said, I have never felt support. I've never felt Like, I got support from anyone on the show, not the ladies, not production. I never felt how I should have been supported in every kind of way was happening. I was like, bitch, what? That is why I say Nene is delusional. Because how can you say that you never felt supported when you were one of the highest paid on the show? You had free reign for years on the show. You were best buds with Andy Cohen on the show. You never said anything negative about the show until you got let go. She said at one point I was the only OG on the show, but people came on the show after me. Sorry, came on the show coming for me. It's tiring. It's not fair to be the person everyone jumps on and makes the villain. I'm like, girl, what? Nene plays victim, as if everyone has treated her like a stepchild of epic proportion who don't nobody like. And that just isn't true. Now, when Karla then said, because at one point, you were the most famous black reality star in the world. And Nene said, no, not at one point. I am, at this moment, the biggest. Because if I ain't seen her, who is she? And he said, well, Tammy Roman said, hi. I said, come on, Tammy Roman. Let me explain something to y'all. Tammy Roman is the most successful reality star that we see, because she was on The Real World back in the 90s, and Tammy was a reality star on the Real World, and since then she's been on other shows, but she's also acted. She's done everything and created her own brand to where it ain't about her getting a job on the network. The reason Nene is one of the most failed star is because she can't get no job. Nene can't get no job. And so as long as she round here and she can't get no job, she's a failure. Because you did help create Housewives, but that don't help you right now. You can't get booked nowhere right now. And anytime you to get booked, all you could talk about is your time when you was on Housewives of Atlanta. You have nothing to fall back on. You, as you said, you're not broke. We don't know your pockets. We do not know your pockets. However, you are not at this very moment the most famous black reality star. You're not. Tammy surpasses you because Tammy gets jobs. Kandi gets and has jobs. When you have your own brand, when you don't need the networks because you have your own shit, you have your own infrastructure. Nene helped Bravo build lifeboats and did not give herself a lifeboat. Bravo don't need Nene. Bravo never has to say Nene name again, and folks will still watch Bravo just to say Nene not there no more. So yes, that's the house that you built, but you did not build your own house. You built Bravo's house, and then while building Bravo's house, while building Bravo's house, you were never able to obtain any ownership of your own shit. Other networks are not reaching out to work with you because of what you did on your own to Bravo. And when they spoke about her, when she was on the Ryan Murphy shows, and he asked her like, "Did something happen with you and Ryan Murphy?" Because we ain't seen Nene work with Ryan Murphy since season 8. So that was 7-8 years ago. Nene 7-8 years ago was on Celebrity Apprentice. She was working on Ryan Murphy shows, and then out the blue, nothing. Now she said, I ain't talked to him in a year, but nothing happened. Was no issues or whatever. I never had any issues working on any show. Only Housewives made it seem as if I was an issue, but I did not cause any problems. And Karla then said, why did you feel the need to sue Bravo, NBC, and Andy? And it went off. Part 2 comes on next Tuesday. No one is negating that Nene is a huge Nene was. No one is negating Nene Leakes is Nene Leakes. Nene Leakes is Nene Leakes. Like I said earlier, Nene is good at being Nene. If you can act and be different in people's things, I thought it was weird that because Ryan always worked with the same people. But you want to know why? The different people that Ryan Murphy works with, he puts the same actors in different projects because they can play different characters. Nene he put her in 2 projects, and in both projects she played the same person. It was the exact same thing. And even Tyler Perry does put different people. I'm sorry, he puts the same people in different things to play different characters. Thank you, Tiffany, for the Cash App. He puts different people into different things to play different people. Girl, he put the same people in different stuff to play different people. Nene can't do that. So while she's saying like there is no issue, you're right, because you can't act. You can be Nene. You can't be anyone else. Can't. She's always played a role that is herself. I think that's why Nene went to Hollywood, left Housewives for a season, then probably went during like auditioning season, because y'all know over there in Hollywood, like it's like audition season. It's pilot season, and actors go to LA, to New York, and they audition for all these shows. Thank you, Keisha. I know people get blackballed, but I think she funded her career through her ego. Absolutely. And not only because of her ego, because she can't act. Nene went to Hollywood hoping that she could book something else. And because people were tired of her playing her. Nene was just her. Nene wasn't nobody but Nene. Let me see. Nene Leakes TV shows. Let's see what she played in. She was on Share My Screen. So y'all can't say I'm lying. Nene was on Housewives. Okay. She was on Glee. I think Glee was maybe 1 or 2 seasons. The New Normal had 1 season. She did The Apprentice, her and Greg's wedding special, and then on College Hill. But on Glee, whatever season, let me see, Nene on Glee. Let's Google it. On Glee. She played Roz, but she wasn't in a lot of episodes. But she was herself. Okay? She was herself. And the other one, the new normal. Nene Leakes, the new normal. Had one season, and I think she played the nanny. That was it. So, like, you know what I'm saying? She had the opportunity to make it, but she could not stop being Nene Leakes from Housewives. Nene should have went to pilot season auditioning as Lanithia Leakes, not Nene Leakes of Housewives, Lanithia Leakes, and acted like anyone but herself. Because Eva on All the Queen's Men, let's Google it. Yeah, I'm sorry. Eva, Marcel, movies and TV shows. Okay, let's do your math. Let's look. Because I just feel like, we knew Eva, of course, from, Top Model. Let's see. All the Queen's Men, Sister Code, Crossover, Christmas Carol, House of Pain, Survival Love, Hair, Battle, something. But it's more than this. Eva has more than this. I know she do because I've seen her other stuff, my damn stuff. Sisters. She was on Sisters too. All the Queen's Men, A Diva's Christmas Carol, A Christmas Fumble, Hello. Again, you know what I'm saying? Wait, again. Eva has Born Again Virgin. Eva has been acting. Okay? So I feel like Eva, been doing, even since she left Housewives, since 2021, she's done enough. But All the Queen's Men, which is on season 3, she's done it. She's done it. Let's do Cynthia. What's her? Cynthia Bailey. Oh, we're gonna let's run it. Okay, Cynthia Bailey. Okay, so again, even Cynthia, 26 things she's been on. Okay, just saying. So I feel like a lot of people have had success outside of Housewives when they left, either because they chose to leave or got let go. Eva, Cynthia, Porsha have succeeded. Nene even on some bullshit. And being a loud, sassy, tall, blonde black woman don't pop in 2023 like it did in 2008. I am not gonna Google Sheree. I'm not gonna do it to Sheree because we know Sheree did shit, and then we know that I like Born Again. Well, it was cute. But I feel like Nene likes blaming other people for her failures because Nene has had a platform and she's had like sometimes all you need is for you to be on a huge platform and for folks to see what you can do and you got to run with it. That's it. And Nene was on a platform where a lot of people saw her and she put herself in a box and she stayed there. And now that her box has sank to the bottom of the ocean with Jacques Cousteau because she burnt the bridges for all the people. Now she wants to blame other people and say she didn't do nothing wrong, which is stupid. You know what I'm saying? I told you, like, Nene has to just own that she sank her own battleship. You know? my ears on, so it's cold. I also did not want a flying bug to maybe get my hair. But yes, it's always cold in my apartment because it's like 90 degrees outside, so I refuse to be hot. So I just leave on my air conditioner and I wear a hoodie in the house. Nene could. This is the kicker. Nene tried to do you. Nene has a YouTube, y'all. She don't use it. Nene, I'm gonna Google it. Nene, please. Nene, I can't even find it. But Nene has or had, I don't know if she took it down. Nene used to have I know she had one. Nene's YouTube channel. The fact that I had to search Nene's YouTube channel and I can't just put her name in and the shit comes up, show you how much she don't use it. Nene has a whole YouTube channel. I'm gonna share it because we're gonna end this real fast. Because it's getting late. She has a whole YouTube with way more followers and subscribers than me. 154,000 subscribers. And she was doing these little, videos. This little 1 minute one from 3 months ago. And she do these videos that kind of don't go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? And she could have easily, look at the views of the stuff she do is high. Why would you not? This is the dumbest shit. Why would you have Carlos interview you on Carlos's YouTube channel when you have your own? For what? Porque. Why would you not have him interview you on your YouTube channel so that you can get a coin? But no, you chose to have, where is it at? You chose to have Carlos D. King interview you on,
what if you could do
on his channel. So now in one day, Carlos has gotten 234,000 views off of your interview. Stupid. Because please believe Carlos made a cute coin off this. But she could have made the same coin because it's her. It's her. You could have easily had anybody interview you on your channel for you to get the money. Right. She got more subscribers than Carlos. She has more subscribers than Carlos does. And this is what happened in one day. 17,000 likes, 234,000 views. Now, I'm not scrapping that man. I'm not at all. Carlos, the snippet of Nene's interview got almost 100,000 views. I'm just showing y'all stuff, okay? Just showing y'all, okay? He talked to Destiny, they had 61,000. Folks from Love Mary Detroit, that ain't gonna be much. It is what it is, okay? But Peter had 114,000 views. Cynthia had 110,000 views. Okay. However, the snippet of him and Nene, 96,000, and the actual one from 14 hours ago, 234,000 views. Once people realize that sometimes all you need is for a big platform to promote you, to show people who you are, and then blow up from there, and you just run with it. Like Nene already had that platform. She refuses to do the work. She got time. Nene has all the time in the world. If you like working YouTubers who like work a job, it's hard for us because I go to work, come home, and I come around here. Nene ain't doing shit all day. Nene can be a full-time YouTuber and be making the money the same way Carlos is round here reviewing Housewives, reviewing his own damn show, interviewing his own people. Nene could wholeheartedly be like Kandi and speak on it. Nene could have leaking the tea. Nene leaks, leaking the tea. If Nene ever named her show Leaking the Tea, she stole it from me. You hear me? My point is, she can do a lot. Okay? And she chooses not to do it. But that's it, y'all. That's all we got. Okay? I will be live tomorrow for a gossip chat tomorrow. Part 2 of Nene's interview is next Tuesday. So next Tuesday evening, we'll discuss part 2 of the live that she did with the review she did with Carlos, and whatnot. But I'm finna chill out, y'all. I done took my hair out, my little twist. I'm tired, y'all, because I had to watch the damn thing twice, take notes and stuff, and then I got off work and came here with y'all. So I hope y'all had a good time with me today. We'll have a good time tomorrow discussing everything else, you know what I'm saying, outside of this interview with Carlos and Nene. But I want y'all to have a good night. Again, I hope you had a good time. I did as well. I was not attacked by a flying bug today. Thank God. My hair is dry and getting tangled. I will see y'all tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Do not forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG, Twitter, and TikTok. I love you all. I love you all. Be safe round here. Yes. Okay. I love y'all. Bye.